Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to talking about the Arc Raiders reviews. I own this game since 25 of December, and like I said in the past yesterday's stream, I was stopped playing with this April. So basically the 8 85% of the reviews are positive, but as you can see the recent reviews mostly mixed. So I also reviewed this game as positive, but I don't want to change my review to negative because basically the game is overall like, let's say, it's good. Let's just say that the game is overall good, but nowadays with the latest updates, like from the Flashpoint, in my eyes became a bit uninterested. Let's just say that. So today we are going to look at the negative reviews because I'm very interested about what other people just realized or noticed in the game. I know my problems with the game, what I have, but I'm curious about what others just basically realized. So, first review from RS4. He has 300 hours in the game. He says Embark has genuinely no idea what they are doing. I agree with that. And I mean that in the most literal way possible. From their AI on the cheat, making it impossible to have a fair experience due hackers going unbanned and innocent players being banned and at random to their idiotic decisions that impact the game with each update. He says something, because I realized that the same way. Of course, I didn't met any cheater in this game. I met more rats and griefers rather than cheaters, but I didn't had any problem with their anti-cheat. But this matchmaking system is not the best, as I experienced in the past few months. Yes, as well as the countless bugs that make the simplest actions, such as throwing a grenade, infuriating. This game has quickly gone from one of my favorites to one that I have no desire to play anymore. Exactly. This is how I feel right now. Like, I don't want to force myself for playing a game which I did like at first, but I don't like it anymore because something is, let's just say, struck a chord with me. I don't know what was that. Maybe the griefers, maybe the fucking fucked up matchmaking system. I don't know exactly. I don't know, but um, this is how I feel when I was played with it, like few weeks ago. I felt like I don't feel myself comfortably to playing with this game. I don't feel like that I'm enjoying to play with it. Um, I felt more like being under control, being under stress and stuff like that. I don't like to feel that in any game, not just in Dark Raiders, but in the arena too. But here is the thing: In Arena Breakout, I didn't felt like under control or being in stress, stuff like that, because I knew what I have to expect from the game. But instead of, the difference between the Orc Raiders and Arena Breakout is in the build-up system. In Arena, the money is more like important than in the Orc Raiders. In the Orc Raiders, you can lose your stuff, right? And you can also buy it again. But it's a repetitive system, you know. It's more like when you playing Rust, you build up a fucking base, you upgrade into steel. You upgrade it into steel, and players just raiding you, steal your stuff, and you just starting all over. And that's how you make like $700 or $1,000 in the game. It has so many problems, I think, but um, I like to play with it because it was fun for me, shooting orcs, upgrading myself, leveling up my character, stuff like that. But after a while, when I realized in the past few months how this game is literally begin falling down, falling down, because in my opinion this game will be lose a huge player base, if not a huge player base, but a lot of players within 1 or 2 years, because this problem which is appearing in the game, let's just say it's not the best, because if an developer or a publisher doesn't realize that they have to change something or improve something, suddenly the player base will fall. Maybe this will be true, maybe this will be not, but don't say that I didn't warn anyone. Okay, so this new map and update is more of the same. Honestly, I didn't care of any update since the game is released, but I didn't play much with the log gate, I didn't play much with the hurricane mode, because I didn't want to play with it. I didn't play much with the matriarch event, stuff like that. Especially given that map is almost smaller than Stella Montis and has more orc enemies than Blue Gate, the largest map in the game and one with the most orc by far. Honestly, I didn't look at the patch note, the latest patch note, because I don't fucking care anymore about this game. But as I saw in the live streams, I was like, good to know this is, there is this update, but then what? So it doesn't catch to me. This game sucks because it's bad. But why is someone playing? Oh, never mind. Not recommended after 600 plus hours, and it hurts to say that. I feel the same. I've put 600 plus hours into Orc Raiders and unlocked almost all achievements. Oh my god. So this isn't coming from someone who just tried the game and quit. I've been here since the early days when the game felt fresh, cooperative, and full of potential. I also played with the playtest, and this game was never that bad like now. So yeah, and that's why this review is so difficult to write, because I love this game at its core. The atmosphere, the beautiful environments, the map design, the social aspects, and the intensity of fighting orc enemies when Orc Raiders is at its best. It's one of the most immersive multiplayer experiences of the. I have to agree with him on that point, that basically the game is overall looking absolutely amazing. Like, without any exaggeration. The problem is, I think, and I can only return to the reps and griefers. The only weak points this game has these rats and the griefer players. I'm still at my statement that this game has not a lot. I think, well, half of the player base is PvE player, but half of the player is PvP player, and it's a huge difference. I mean, there is a huge difference between these party, because there are significant difference in attitude. PvE players more like chilling players who just like want to enjoy this game and developing their characters, skills, and making some money, crafting the best gears that they have, and doing missions, killing orcs, which is a good flow. But there is the other part, the PvP players who wants to kill, who wants to fight, who wants to steal from the players, and this huge difference will decide this game's future. Let's just say that. Mm, it's hard to explain, but yeah, the game is overall looks good. Not the graphics, the problem. The problem is like what I said. I mean the last stream. Multiplayer games die because the community fuck it up, and this is the problem with the others multiplayer games like World of Tanks and stuff like that. Always the community fuck these games up, and that's why I don't see the and that's why I don't see the point of why do have every developer or publisher has to release always a new multiplayer game, because it will has the same how can I say that, it will end up just the rest like of them. So yeah, it's difficult, and it's difficult to just figuring out what's the problem, maybe the anti-cheat, or developing the games system, I mean the PvE game system, for the like in order to please the PvE players and please the PvP players. But there is no game that suits for everyone, so yeah, it's a difficult thing. But the game today is not the game we started with. I agree. The player base has gotten worse, much worse. Thank you. I'm in a subreddit, in an Orc Raider subreddit, and literally like 4 page of comments is talking about they are don't angry, they are don't agree, they are doesn't even know what's the problem with the PvP, stuff like that. And like I said, this game within 1 or 2 years will lose so much players because the embark is shitting on the community. And here we are. That's what I thought will be gonna put it in this game. With every update, the player base will worst and much worse, like he said. And this is multiplayer game's death. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Over the past few weeks, the experience has taken a serious downturn. Number of rats is out of control. I will give an over to this guy, I swear to god. Players pretending to cooperate, exactly, acting friendly, then shooting you in the back the moment it benefits them. This comment is the years. I will. Oh my god. I will literally mention this because this is a huge fucking fact. Yes, Beach Royale is part of the game, but when almost every interaction ends this way, it stops being an interesting mechanic and becomes a toxic default behavior. Instead of tense cooperation, the game has become a constant trust no one simulator. Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. Why is my problem is the PvP? Because if you dropped in the match and start looting and stuff like that, you meet someone else, you can't trust him about he will not shooting you. And when I don't know if I have videos about the past few months, but if you rewatch it, you will see that I didn't felt myself like being under stress like this few weeks ago when I played with this game. I didn't felt like I don't trust anyone and I enjoyed this game. I played with this game literally so much. I literally have so many videos about this game. Like literally. If you watch my live streams, I literally played so much in the March, February, tons of past live streams I got from this game. And I played with this I played with this much because I didn't felt myself under stress. But this feeling in me changed since April. Or I mean since the Flashpoint upgrade came in. And as you can see, January I played with this game a lot of times. And it's hard to say for me that how can I say? Sorry, I just scrolled my browser. So I feel like I have a disappoint in this game because I didn't expected this will turn into really bad, like dead bad. Mm, so yeah, it's not a good way that this game is going to be, and I don't know whose fault is this. Maybe those fucking famous streamers who was like streaming the red gameplay mode, and they literally slaughtered like how many knockouts they have, like as I said to you. So I don't know, maybe this is their fault because this game is being going this way. Cheating is still a big problem, and penalties feel weak. Cheating and exploiting have gone away, and honestly, the response to it feels far too lenient. Honestly, I didn't met like any cheater, but maybe this game it has, but I don't know. I can't agree or disagree with this statement. Right now, it feels like cheaters get nothing more than a slap on the wrist. Whether it's exploit, suspicious gameplay, or outright hacks, there doesn't seem to be a strong enough deterrent to stop people from doing it again. And in a game where you can lose everything in a run, exactly, that completely kills motivation to keep playing. And this is what's going on inside me. Because, and this is what I said, to one of my streamer friend, that I don't like I don't want to waste my time and my energy to a game which I don't like anymore. And Arc Raiders became in my dislike list. Is this is game one of my dislike list from I feel the same. I don't like to bring my good loot and purple weapons for like a fucking moron who is just stealing from me and ratting me. Yeah, I completely understand what this guy meaning about completely kills motivation to keep playing, because this is the true. You either like it or not. He just literally wrote a completely fucking big true and fact about this game. Nothing feels worse than losing progress, not because you got outplayed, but because someone decided to cheat. Player experience is declining, you can feel the shift in game. Fewer genuine cooperative players, exactly, more sweaty PvP focused players with cheats, more toxic encounters overall. Like I said, every fucking multiplayer game will going to be dying because the community or the player base will fucking it up. And that's the fucking big true. Whether you like it or not, this is the fucking big true. The early magic where players would sometimes help each other, improvise alliances, and focus on surviving Orc together is almost gone. Exactly. What is Embark even doing? They don't know. They exactly doesn't know. Don't know what are they doing, and as I realized that in these fewer updates, they literally putted orcs like, which is completely fucking trying to screwing up with the players, that they can't survive a fucking match. That wasn't like this before. And they are want to, as I see, they are want to more modernizing the game's environment with these orcs, but the decorating stuffs and buildings are not that moderns. So they are want to, I don't know, mixing up two different types of, I don't know how to call that. I hope you understand what I'm meaning. The early Magic where player. Shit. Yes, this is the most frustrating part. It feels like Embark is listening to the hardcore PvP minority instead of the much larger group of players who enjoy the cooperative PvS. Yes, exactly. And this is what will. This is why the game we are going to dying. I see that. That's the problem. I'm just copying these sentences because these are really true. Most updates focus on PvP balance, weapon tuning, bug fixes, but the core issues such as lack of incentives to cooperate, toxic player behavior, weak anti-cheat impact remain largely unaddressed. Unaddressed. The game has changed and not for the better. Yes, yes, that's what I feel. Exactly. I was here when encounters felt exciting, not exhausting. I'm also. Cooperation was common. Fighting orc was the main focus. The world felt alive and unpredictable. Now it feels like PvP dominates everything. Exactly. That's why oh shit. My focus just gone. Hello. Here we go. So this is why I stopped playing with this game, and this is why I will delete this game. Because they fucked up. Trust is gone, the social experience is broken down. Exactly. Final verdict. I've invested hundreds of hours. This is my problem. You literally playing so many hours. You literally spending a lot of energy in a game, and the publishers of it just we are fucked up because this game is become more famous, become more hyped, and become more interested about for the players. And I feel like the Embark just trying to with these updates, just trying to take away the people's interest of this game because they see that there is such a big interest about this game in the players. I mean the users. Um, I've unlocked almost everything the game has to offer, and I still believe our creators has insane potential. But right now, it feels like an amazing game being dragged down by a toxic player meta, weak enforcement, enforcement against cheating, a direction that doesn't match what many players actually want. Mind you, 90% of the player base are casual players, and this is again a fucking big fact. I really want to recommend this game, but I just can't anymore. I hope Ember turns things around because this game deserves better. Exactly. It fucking exactly. Literally perfect. The game is not broken. Human nature is broken. Imagine getting upset over human beings being vile, untrustworthy creatures in high stakes situations. By how much character this is. But I can agree with him. The game, yes, Raven Tides is a map that has not shown me any PvP acts, at least. I've been here since Cold Snap. But little fix in the right direction and potentially is reached. More arc, more anti-cheat and more co-op. Lot of hate in the comments when 30% of the player base plays only PvE and 40% do both. Then it would make sense to have a PvE mode. I think if they splitted PvE and PvP, then more of the PvE players would jump over and do PvP runs or matches. The PvE players don't want to be rats and shoot people that are minding their own business. Exactly. I don't know how hard it would be to split a few servers off to only do PvE content, but they should look into it. Yes, and this is what my streamer friend also said. They should separate the two modes. Who wants to like play PvP or PvE, just switch a button and he can only play PvP or PvE. And that would be the solution for this matchmaking difference. They may gain some people back. I would like to PvE with my friends or my son, exactly. But if you group up, then you are only playing PvP. A common comment is why complain about PvP in a PvP PvE game, bruh. It's a game that I and many others enjoy, and pointing out how it could be better is not a bad thing. I'm sure the PvP players complain about gun balance and not wanting to get killed by the orc so much. We all have valid issues that could be addressed. Yes. Yes. So overall, I completely understand the players. I mean the negative way. 30 hours. The game is great, but I can't recommend it when playing in any lobby other than solo. Makes you much more likely to go into PvP match. A lot of people want to play PvE for a reason. It would be nice if one or two maps at any given time had PvE only, or if people could flag up for PvE only for a lower stakes game mode or something like that. Many of them saying it would be good if Embark or the publisher or the developer of this game would separate the PvE or PvP game mode, which players can more enjoying. Yes, you know, I'm completely interested about for the latest, I mean for the later months, if this game gonna be slowing, I mean going lower in the reviews, or Embark will realize that they have to completely separate the PvP or the PvE game mode, because like I said, two fucking different game mode can't be mixed. And I'm still on my statement. Couldn't imagine the head community manager Embark or Sen at Embark going into a streamer's chat, getting one side of the story, not looking into it, and immediately banning someone for a month. But short of trash developer does this, might be time for fire this head community manager because son of yours, and find someone who actually puts in some legworks instead of a female community manager. Osenizev girl going out of their way for a female streamer and showing bias and taking over a week to respond to someone's ticket and then telling them to stay away from someone in an FPS PvP game. Is Ember Gossen the tick in the head? It has been truly a rare sight to see innovative, well-made and entertaining online games for a while now. Orc Raiders is one of those gems. Every aspect of it that counts is objectively good: design, lore, and gameplay. The overall experience is truly entertaining, or it was, hell it could be. Just a PvP player size. See, everyone is complaining about the PvP. Like, this is funny because the other party says that there is no problem with the PvP. This is a PvP PvE game, and everyone just taking my head in the subreddit, and they making fool of me. But here is the fucking fact that not I'm the only one who has problem with this game. But yeah, so basically, I will leave this game, I think, for a few months, maybe a year, and I will see what this studio will come with it, and maybe we will see. But this game is for me in this um current situation. I have to leave it uh, for temporarily, I think. So never mind. One word leads to 100 more. Um, I will. I think I will trying to search a game which I like to play. Um, PUBG for me is a temporary game for have something. Rocket League is a fun for me because I'm not going on the ranks anymore. But I have to search for a new game instead of Fork Raiders and putting myself into it because I have to play something. I have to stream something. I'm um I'm thinking about the Helldivers too. I don't know about the game anything. Maybe I will go back into the Hunt Showdown. I don't know, but I have to play with something. So yeah, thank you guys for being here today and watch this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave me comments. What do you think about this game, or do I have a right or not? Decide, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.